Hey folks, the Charleston shooting is just plain shocking. Not just that a white terrorist went into the oldest AME church in the South, in Charleston, South Carolina, and killed 9 people as they were in the middle of Bible study, all black, but that he got away with it. He got away with murder, and he's still at large. He's described as 21 years old, slender build, sandy blonde hair, clean shaven, with glasses. The sketch that was left or made of him is so vague that you can't really tell who this person is. There's got to be some clue this person left. Either if the person made a phone call, where did the phone call come from? And it said that the person called 3 different locations. When did he make those locations, call those locations, at what time, and what did those locations look like that he was calling to, and can you triangulate and figure out where he was calling from? There's got to be technology around to do that. But the bottom line is, every time something like this happens, and I'm sad to say it has happened before in different ways, to where we now say we have a pattern that if it's a white person doing it, we don't say it's a white terrorist. The mainstream media doesn't. They say that he's a lone wolf, that he's mentally ill, when in point of fact we know nothing about this person, and that he's not part of some overall problem, unlike if the shooter is black and it's gang related. It's always a code word. Or if Muslim, then it's a problem with all the Muslims in religion, right? That's really the narrative that's really got a lot of people up in arms on Twitter. But one thing that's got me up in arms is not just that narrative, but the fact that mainstream television media has been so slow and sloppy in covering this. Yes, CNN has done something, but they also had, in the form of Wolf Blitzer, CNN is the day I'm talking about, Wolf Blitzer and Senator Lindsey Graham, who's running for president, had them on the Situation Room about now 4 hours ago, and guess what? There was no mention of the Charleston shooting. Nothing. That's shameful. That's bad media. Awful media. And it's why I tell my parents, don't pay attention to television, because they always say, they're in their 80s, hey, we don't hear it on television, so basically it didn't happen. I will always say, check social media, check Twitter. And they did. And they finally get it. My mom said, I finally see what you've been trying to tell me. It's another example of why many people are simply cutting the cable cord, because it's another form of entertainment no different than what you can get on YouTube or Netflix or any place else. And with news, it's woefully bad. It just is. All right. The bottom line is we have to find this person, but also we have to have a come to Jesus moment about racism in this country and stop it in its tracks. This is awful. It's not so much that the racial climate is bad, but the bottom line is, because we have so much intermarriage and race intermixing of people and friends and everything else, that you can't say it's as bad as it was 20 or 40 or 50 or 60 years ago by any means. But because of hypermedia, we're more aware of race problems and racist incidents than ever before, because they get reported on social media like that. And what was in the past a small incident or a shooting like this that maybe you heard about in a little bitty newspaper, but it escaped the mainstream media, now escapes nothing. It gets captured and reported, and depending on its severity, like this one, it gets legitimately and rightfully placed to the top of media and search. That's the way it should be. And it's shameful. It's criminal that it's not reflected in the mainstream media. We got to catch this guy.